Hey everybody, Neil Malik with Knack Training here, bringing you another everyday office video. And in today's video, I'd like to show you a technique that you can use to make your auto filter just a little bit easier to use. So here I'm going to go through and create a column called qualified over here on the right hand side. And the point of the qualified column is to match up the region that people are looking for and the department that they're looking for. So if we say we're trying to connect a customer or a prospective customer with the right person, they might be in a specific region and they might need either a technical support, a customer support, or a sales agent. So basically I want the question answered, is this the Southeast region and technical support? So we'll go into the qualified area here and we'll do equal sign and with the and function we just need to test whether the first thing is true and whether the second thing is true, and it'll come back with true or false. So the first question is the region for Robin Collins equal to the region that we specify up here at the top, and we lock down the reference to cell B3 using the F4 keyboard shortcut. Then a comma, and we ask whether the department of technical support is equal to the department in cell C3. And again, we use the F4 keyboard shortcut to lock down that reference to just C3. Then close the parentheses and hit enter. And when we autofill this down, what should happen is every one of these entries should be false. Now comes time for us to fill in a drop-down menu for the region that we're interested in as well as the department that we're interested in. So for the region, I go to cell B3 and using something called data validation, I go to the data tab at the top of the screen and click on data validation. I can specify that there is a list of values. So allow a list, and that list, as you can see here, if I go to source and I click on the tab for lists down here at the bottom, I've created a list of possible regions. So I select all those regions. That'll be in my first drop-down menu, and then click OK. So all I did there was create a list that matched up with the possible regions in the region column, and I'm able to say, yes, I'm looking for the southeastern region. Then I go to cell C3 and I do the exact same thing. I go to data validation, allow for it to be a list, and I specify the source of that list is over here on the lists tab. For those of you who are interested, you can make these drop-down menus dynamic, meaning if you had to add more departments or more regions, the drop-down menu would expand to accommodate those, but this default way of doing things, they don't. If you want to watch a video about how to create a dynamic cascading drop-down menu, go ahead and click the link above now. Then I click OK, and again there's a drop-down menu here and I can choose technical support. And notice here that Robin Collins, who is in the southeastern region in technical support, comes back as true. That Christopher Gill in the southeast region in technical support is also true. So we're doing pretty well there. Now the question is, how do we use this column over here on the side? If we click onto the set of data here and go to the data tab at the top of the screen, we can click on the normal filter button. This is the auto filter. When you click on that the drop-down menus appear on each of the different columns. So theoretically, you could have specified that you then go to region and choose, let's say, Southeast, for example, and click OK. And then go to department and choose technical support, for example. But I think that it's faster to use this area up here at the top of the screen than it is to dance around the different columns that might be interesting. So I'll choose clear to clear the filter there. And instead, I'll simply use the qualified drop-down menu and say, I'm always interested in specifically the people who are qualified, meaning they're in the right region and they work in the right department. So I'm looking for the true entry. No matter what it is I'm looking for, qualified will say true for the right people. So then I click OK, and you can see, of course, there's two Southeastern Region technical support agents. When I go to technical support drop-down menu and I choose, let's say, customer support, for example, you notice these go to false, and it has not updated this filter. This is where you have to hit the reapply button to see if there are any customer support agents for the Southeastern region. If I switch over to sales, again, I can hit reapply, and I see there are 3 sales agents for the southeastern region. So how can I automate this as easily as possible? What I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a macro that reapplies this filter every time we push a button. So we do this. First step is to go to File, Save As, and to specifically save this not as an Excel workbook, but an Excel macro-enabled workbook. That way we can have macros in it. We click Save, and now I'm going to go to my Developer tab at the top of the screen and record a macro. And it's very simple. I'm going to name this macro Refresh Filter. It will be saved in this workbook, and I'll click OK. And all that's involved in this macro, it could not be easier. Data tab, push Reapply. And then I'm just going to go ahead and hit the Developer tab and stop the recording. So now I have a macro that reapplies the filter. Now I can go to the Insert tab at the top of my screen, choose a Form Control Button Control, and then draw that button right here alongside my option. I'll choose the Refresh Filter macro to apply to that button and click OK. And I'll name this button Filter. Okay, let's see if it works. I go to the southeastern region, switch it to the Plains region. I go to the Sales drop-down menu and switch it to Technical Support, and I hit Filter. And the one technical support agent in the Plains region shows up. I switch from the Plains region to the northeastern region and hit Filter. I switch from technical support to customer support and hit Filter. And the one customer support agent in the northeastern region shows up. So by using these drop-down menus, I'm able to make the qualified column over here on the end tell me that whatever it is in this table matches up with all these drop-down menus simultaneously. I created that using the AND function. Using the auto filter, we can specify that the filter should be just on this final column that tells us that the qualifications we're interested in are there. And then using the filter refresh button, using a macro, I'm able to get a new list of people that match up with what I'm looking for.